last time, on Dungeons and the Dragons, you guys came upon a small little village. And as you guys entered the village, you were attacked by some scarecrows that ended up being some sort of robots. And you guys met a woman here who said that she made those to help defend the town, which was some sort of research town. And you guys found out, overnight, you kind of poked around a little bit and found out that something was not quite right. And you guys were right. She ended up being a sort of blob monster that attacked you guys, and you guys were able to defeat it. And that's kind of where we ended things. It was with the defeat of the big red blob lady. It's nighttime. You just managed to keep the horse and the carriage through the swamp. And you guys are just in this town.
Oops. I'm sitting here trying to move your stream.
Oh, guts. Okay. So, if I remember correctly, the woman did kind of is still kind of remaining from the big ooze blob that kind of like controlled her.
Her body is where is kind of where you guys felled the blob.
Mm-hmm.
She appears to be quite dead.
Oh, okay.
Can I?
The woman is dead?
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame.
What about all the what are we looking like red lines wise?
They appear to be gone. Comic!
Well, I mean, if she's dead.
How the heck are you, Comic?
He's like, dead. Unfortunate.
You know, I was hoping we could just ask her some questions about what the fuck were they doing?
Listen, big guy, I think you should probably lay down.
Oh yeah, no, I am literally on death's door. I have 9 HP out of
What's
88.
HP?
I don't know, it's like a vibe. I am not in good vibes right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in the tower now. Is that alright, Nyla, or do you want me to sleep on the ground?
I mean, no, you have your own tower and I have my own.
Okay. Thank you.
Can
I
loot
won't
the
forget
body,
this.
Mr. DM.
Huh?
Can I loot the body?
Sure.
What do you want me to roll?
You could. She's right there. You can poke at her. No roll necessary.
Poke.
Gotta roll
that's
investigation
scary. I
to
don't
find
like
a roll investigation to find a stick to poke her with.
Actually, that's.
Let's see. Trying to remember what she looked like. Was it this?
Can I poke her with my sword?
Sure.
I'm a poker lightly.
Well, I'm trying to
With the
figure
sword.
out.
I don't like that you're thinking about this and figuring things out.
No, I'm just trying to remember what she looked like. Her token doesn't exist anymore. I think.
She was cute, but nerdy cute.
Oh, gotcha.
And she had,
Like artificery.
and she had artificer goggles and bits and bobs.
I couldn't remember if she had a big lab coat on or not.
I think she did. I feel like she would.
I don't see her in my list of peoples.
He just deletes them from existence when he's done with them.
That's the thing is I've never deleted the character sheet. I think maybe she just didn't have a sheet. I just plopped her on there for my desktop.
It's okay. I got you.
So
what's that?
kind of search through. You'll see that in her pockets there's a key. She's got a couple GP on her, as well as like a small toolkit with like precision wrenches,
I'll
tweezers, little
grab
magnifying
what I
glass.
can.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I'll grab what I can. Unless the sword. Nah, I would like the key at least.
Okay. Yeah, so you got a key, two gold pieces, and a toolkit.
Cool. Is there any like
Nyla.
other identifying information
Not Nyla.
Mm-mm.
on this lady? No, nothing.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
All right, Alarin, are you ready?
Ready for what? Bed?
No, we have to check the house. Come on.
Oh, okay. Hang on, I gotta up my gold and add the key. There we go. And a toolkit.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I've got a toolkit. Cool. Alright, I'm ready.
Okay.
Does the front door still locked?
Mm-hmm.
Does the key fit the door?
Oh,
Can I
yeah.
try the key in the door?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll use the key on the door.
It opens right up.
Alright.
Ebron will kind of trying to look at Nyla, see what her plan is.
I mean, after seeing the goop crawling out, she has no interest in going inside. She's just like making sure. I'll be looking around to make sure there's like nothing else, or no more of these spooky slime-looking things. But after that, I'll be chilling around my tower. I'm not going inside.
Alrighty.
Okay. As you guys swing open the door, there doesn't seem to be any presence of the red goop anymore.
Interesting.
Inside the house, it looks like there's definitely some sort of struggle. You see, there's like rips in the furniture. Stuff is knocked over. They're on the like central like center table. In the middle of the entry room, you see what looks like a large glass container that shattered.
Failed experiment, probably.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Ebron will step inside and just kind of start looking around. He'll be looking for like anything that might give any information on what took place, like any books, journals, notes, papers, things like that.
Okay.
Take a look for that and shiny stuff.
So as you guys kind of poke around, you find like a toppled bookcase that has a bunch of different like manuals kind of covering different species sort of across the continent. Eventually you'll come across it looks like a little leather bound journal.
He will take it and kind of unbind it and open it up and kind of start flipping through it.
Okay. As you flip through, you'll learn that they were tasked with an experiment to try and come up with a way to combat the cultists. They wouldn't use up any manpower, and so they were looking at trying to create different like slimes.
Interesting.
And they had one success, which was a bright red slime that seem to be very aggressive.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Well, that answers all of that. He'll kind of
Do.
close it and just like store it. He'll stash it just in case he needs the information for later. He'll slip it into his bag and just keep looking around, making sure there's no other like things that might be a threat, any other like creatures or anything like that.
Okay. As you guys keep poking around, you'll find one room with a little sign on the front that is labeled workshop.
Well, go ahead, Alarin. I'll be right behind you.
Is it locked?
It is not.
It's not. I will go ahead and take a peek through the door.
Okay. As you open it, you will see you'll see a desk on one end of the room. You'll also see a couple shelves, all with sort of those glass domed containers that you saw in the front room. These ones aren't broken though. At the bottom, you just see this sort of like lifeless gray goop. And there's also a workbench on the other side of the wall. And on top of that looks like a small oven.
Interesting. I'll open the door a little bit more. And walk in, I guess. Try to take a look around, watching the whatchamacallits, glass jar things, keeping an eye on them for sure.
Yeah, Ibrin sees the glass containers or the glass container, and he'll just walk right up to it and kind of examine it. He'll look. He'll look without touching it or disturbing it at all, just to like see if he can get a sense of it's like actually dead or was never alive.
There's several rows of these on the shelf. All of them appear to be dead. You'll see small little labels on some of them. Some of them say like amethyst. Others say like emerald. On the desk, Alan, you'll notice there is a bright yellow gemstone.
I did have now. Any notes on it or anything, or around it or anything?
It's sitting on top of a piece of paper. Just a quick little scribbled note that says, "Try this one next."
I will pocket the gemstone.
After like going down the row and kind of confirming that, you know, there's no risk from any of the other specimens, Ibrin will kind of notice the device sitting on the desk, the machine, and kind of walk up to it and start looking it over.
So as you look it over, you'll notice there are some runes on there that you've kind of come to be familiar with. You see the different runes for fire and heat. It looks just like a small oven, big enough for maybe one singular frying pan.
Was there anything in the journal talking about this device or any clues as to what its purpose might be?
Yeah, if you flip through the book, you'll see a small note on the device. Says experimental oven might help accelerate the slime development.
Alarin, come look at this.
Aaron will kind of like. Do I need to like climb up on the chair?
There's a small stool you can climb up on.
Yeah, I'll climb up on the small stool and take a look. I don't. What? I mean, it looks like a small oven, but I don't know what any of the runes are or anything.
It's directions for applying heat. I wonder if this is what they use to kind of facilitate the growth. This must be what the journal. The journal said this is what they used to kind of facilitate the growth of the slimes.
Interesting.
But I don't know what goes in there. Did you find anything?
I mean, we'd need a slime.
Well, the thing is, I think they were creating them from scratch. Or trying to grow them from some sort of source. At least according to these notes in the book. It wasn't a matter, obviously they weren't, I don't know if it's even possible to, try and tame or do anything with ones that, natural ones, wild ones. So I think they were attempting to create them using some sort of alchemy or magic
or something. I mean, I have a gemstone that says try this one next, but after seeing their red one,
let's see it.
I'll show you the yellow one, the yellow gemstone. It's just a bright yellow gemstone, and then I'll point to the note that it was sitting on, which just says, try this one next. Seeing how aggressive that red one was, it makes me a little nervous to try anything.
That's interesting, because it makes me very curious to try. Listen, Alarin, this could just be our little secret. What if it leads to, what if it's something special? Listen, I'm right here with you. Nyla's just outside. I'm sure we can manage whatever the result might be.
Yeah, but what if I lose a gemstone? I don't have a yellow one.
Tell you what, the next yellow one you find, you can keep for real. Plus, tell you what, and then if we do this and nothing happens, then you can keep it. Let's see. What if, obviously that whatever the researchers here did, the red one failed, but what if they were only, just one more step away from succeeding?
Yeah, but what if it's worse?
Oh, well, we can leave and never talk about it again.
Yeah, we'd have to defeat it first, and
Not if we run fast enough.
we're not running fast enough. With the network that Red One had? Who knows?
But listen, we know the researchers were here working on something to combat the cultists. Like, if whatever this is successful, it could, prove to be valuable. Either a weapon of some kind or a resource for us to use.
But it's so shiny.
Well, I'm already holding it. So I'm not gonna... All right, stand back.
Alarin's just gonna hang off of Ibran's arm.
So he'll pick her up and tuck her under one arm, under his left arm,
Uh-huh.
holding the gem in his right arm, and he'll carry both of them over to the oven.
Okay.
Alarin's just gonna like kick and scream like a 2-year-old. That's all I'm picturing.
So is there like a tray or a pan nearby that can be used?
There's not.
Hmm. All right, Alarin, we gotta find something to place it in. Something that might go in a typical oven that can withstand the heat, like a pot or a pan of some kind.
Shiny, give.
Yeah, how about here? Ibrin will like set her down and reach into his bag and pull out the golden dagger that he has and kind of offer it to her. What if I give you this for now, and then you can still have the next yellow gem?
She'll begrudgingly take the dagger.
He'll pat her on the head.
She'll swat at your hand.
All right, now help me find this pan.
Mm.
Or a pan. They had to have placed it in something. Some sort of container that's clearly suited for heat. Must be somewhere. There must be one somewhere in this room or in the building.
Do you not have a frying pan?
I
On
mean,
my headset.
I do, but Steve, my frying pan is like clearly too large for it, right?
It looks like your frying pan will just fit.
Oh God.
I can hear. Oh, I'm back.
Well, let's have just at least have a look around. I don't want to get this thing all slimy. Possibly.
Fine.
Ibrin is just gonna make another pass around the room looking for something that might be suitable.
Alarin will do so as well, but not in a hurry.
Do we see anything?
You don't appear to see anything in the room.
Ibrin will just after a little bit of like fruitless searching, Ibrin will kind of sigh and and draw his draw his frying pan and kind of like, you know, make sure he'll slide it into the machine, into the oven.
Okay. It fills up pretty much the entire inside of the oven as you slide it in.
Are we still able to close it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he'll kind of turn to Alarin. All right, just be prepared, Alarin. If this ruins the frying pan, I won't have anything to smash bad things with. So it'll be up to you.
Okay.
He'll set the gem like directly in the center of the pan
Okay.
and close the door. And was there anything in the journal about like the proper? So does the machine have like a heat source? Are there like dials or
It's got
knobs
one. It's got one knob on the front, like one dial.
Okay. And do the runes give any information about like how far to turn it or how much heat to apply or anything like that?
It looks like there's 3 marks on the dial. You can turn it to like, it's just like a symbol of for fire, and it's like 1, 2, or 3.
He will flip to the journal again.
As you flip through the journal, you'll find on that same page with like the information about the evidence, like a little side note off to the right. It's just like found that 3 seems to be too much, 1 seems to be too little. Always set to 2.
He'll shrug and turn it to 2.
Okay. You see all of the symbols on the outside of the oven begin to glow, and there's like a small little window pane that you can see inside, and you'll see the gemstones start to like quiver and shake and start to bounce around on the pan, and then eventually it will start to it looks like it's starting to melt, and then coat the bottom of your pan. And then it keeps going. It's almost like it's expanding larger than it should be until it's engulfed your whole frying pan. Then the timer dings.
Oh. You'll turn to Alarin. I think it's done.
Okay.
He'll crack the door open and give it a little sniff.
It smells like hot gemstone.
Oh. I don't know what I was expecting. So he'll like swing the door open and like kind of take a step back and like raise his. No, he's not picking it up. He'll like raise his fist. He's ready to punch it if it jumps out.
So you see what looks almost to be like a slime covering your pan kind of peel itself away a little bit, and it creates like a smooth surface, almost like it's looking at you. And then it'll gently poke your fist.
Oh.
You just got fist bumped by a slime.
Alarin, I think that's a good sign. Ibram will he'll open his hand and like turn it like palm side up and kind of hold his open hand out to the slime.
So it kind of like gives a look like it's sniffing your palm. And then it will sort of wrap itself around your hand, and pull your frying pan from the oven to your hand.
Is it still really hot?
It's warm. Not so
Oh.
hot that it's gonna scorch that it hurts. Buddha, how are you?
He will take the pan in his hand.
And
We
then
have a slime pet.
you'll see the slime start to like form different shapes. And it sort of like forms into what looks like a hardened axe head around the pan. Another time it forms, it looked like more of like a hammer. And then it'll just go back to covering the pan. So it looks like it's encrusted with a yellow gemstone outside.
All right, maybe it wasn't a terrible idea.
Abram
I
kind of
think you have a
turn.
fancy pan.
He'll turn to
Just,
Alarin and kind of just like raise his eyebrows and be like, "Well, it's not some giant, you know, flesh melting, monstrosity. Yeah, at least
Yeah.
let's just.
What we can keep him. Like,
I don't know if. I mean, I think it's stuck on there pretty good. I don't think he's going anywhere, even if we wanted to get rid of it.
very true.
I think he lives there now.
I think he and your pan are one and the same. Or it and your pan? Slime and pan.
So as you guys are doing this, what's Nyla up to?
I think I'd be like checking out the ruins now that there's no like tendrils everywhere, and I'm assuming like in the locked house and all of that, they're not around anymore.
Correct. Yeah, they seem to be completely gone.
Since they're doing this house, can I like search the house for any sort of valuable or anything like that?
Yeah. Which one?
All of them.
Oh.
I'm just browsing.
Yeah, you definitely can. As you kind of browse around, almost every house has some sort of has a toolkit kind of tucked away somewhere in like one of the drawers or in a dresser. You find some lab coats, lots of different books on like scientific theory. Like one house has books all about like local like plants. Other one has like it seems to be like a geologist, has a bunch of books on different gemstones and rocks. There's something specific you're looking for, or just kind of like just in general browsing?
Riches. But I'll grab the book about the plants and stuff.
Okay. Not a ton of riches. You'll find the like scattered about. There's like maybe 10 GP total.
Ooh. I'll take it. It's better than nothing.
In the house with all the books, there's like tons of what looked like to appear to be like potted plants growing inside. Most of them have been knocked over, toppled. The geologist had a few like rocks that look like they've been cut open to show like different like diamonds insides and different crystals.
Oh, so they do have like what is it, like geode or whatever it's called? It's like the cracked open stuff, and there's stuff inside.
Geodes, yeah.
Geodes,
Geode.
that's the word. Yep.
Oh. Would I know if it's like valuable at all?
I don't think that you could say for sure, unless you've got like a good reason to know about like, geodes.
Not really. Not really. I'll grab them because I'm assuming they're like fairly sparkly. You have either if they like sell for good or not, I know someone will be enjoying those regardless.
Okay, yeah, I'd say you got like 5.
All right, I'll grab all 5, and of course like the 10 GP and the book about plants and such.
Okay.
And maybe even grab the geology book, and maybe there's some information about geodes and such. But other than that, I'd be like gathering all of those, making round trip like back and forth to bring things outside back to the fountain, and neatly organize things while I wait for them to do whatever they're doing.
Okay. So while Nyla searches the house, Varian, are you just sleeping? You just out cold?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I just go in there, not even like any form of furniture or anything, like just like plop down on the floor and just pass out, just cold.
Just
On.
the thing, you're like trying to act all tough, and as soon as that door closes, just conks out.
Absolutely. Like maybe he takes his coat and just kind of like, just like moves it over like a blanket and just gone.
Okay.
Out for the count, man.
We'll hop back over to Alrin and Ibrin. Buddha, how the heck have you been, man? How are things? How's Baldur's Gate?
Ebron's just like tentatively kind of holding the frying pan. Like, is it like slippery or is it still like easy to hold with the handle coated?
So it's moved away from the handle, so can get a firm grip on it.
Okay.
So it's just
That's
like
fine.
the
You've got a
pan part.
got a
No, that makes sense.
pan now.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know what this means. Is it okay? Do I still hit things with it, or do I
Yeah,
like?
I think so. I would.
Do
he
I
kinda,
just
like formed a little axe and he formed a little hammer?
It's true. He seems to know. I think this creature has a better idea of what's going on than we do.
I think he does as well. I don't. Are you? I was gonna just kind of look at it and be like, "Are you here to help us fight things? Bad guys?"
Doesn't really seem to give you a response. It seems to be dormant for now.
Oh, okay. Well,
I guess we'll find out
you
eventually.
have a new fancy pan.
I guess so. I suppose I do. Well, let's make sure the rest of this room is clear.
Are there any like drawers or anything?
Oh yeah.
I will search drawers and under things and weird places.
You don't find much more. You find some other notes about like, just like notes about failed attempts at appears to be failed attempts at making slimes. That like amethyst and it didn't seem to work. But nothing really of note.
Yeah, Eben is gonna specifically like search the notes to see if there's any information on the different gemstones and what the researchers were hoping to get out of them.
So you guys kind of glean that they they thought that they could use different gemstones to make different colors of slime. But they never seemed to get a result that lasted. The only success seems to be noted in the journal, which is the ruby.
And we know how that turned out.
Yeah.
Well, suppose that does it then. I'll hold on to the journal in case we need it as evidence of what happened here later on.
Okay.
But let's I'm gonna go check on Varian, I think.
Okie dokie.
Once you guys leave the house, you'll see Nyla has a stack of goodies.
Oh, Nyla, you've been busy.
I've been what we might call hoarding a few things, gathering things left and right, whatever I can find.
Smart, smart. Always a good idea.
Of course, of course. I don't know if those are worth anything, but you may have them. As I
Ooh,
point over to the geode.
Auron's eyes will light up at the shinies.
They are very shiny.
She will look at them and sit down with them and take a look at each one of them. Thank you.
Oh, you're quite
Ebern will, Ebern will walk over to Nyla.
We found interest. Oh, I meant to move my token.
So apparently it was a group of researchers tasked by the military or the king or whoever's in charge to come up with other possible solutions for combating the cultists. And so they were experimenting with the man-made creation of slimes. And the red one seemed to have been their only success. I don't know. Obviously, it wasn't much of a success, or too much of a success, but there's no other dangers in the house. Everything seems to be clear.
Well, at least it's good news since we did bring the cart all the way here. That'd be problematic to bring it back on the road if you want to get some sleep.
Yeah. Oh, and we might have so there might have been one other thing in there.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Ebern will kind of he'll just hold up the front. He'll kind of just hold up his pan a little bit. There was one other slime.
There was a gemstone
So what's
that you
Pen look
decided.
like again?
Listen, Alarin. It's fine.
I forgot what
But
the pen looks like now.
just a big frying pan with
A yellow slime.
Is it like a slimy pan or is it like a gem encrusted
ge-
pan?
Jelly pan is what I'm picturing. But
it has
still,
a
I'm not sure.
coat, like a shiny coating over it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see, I see.
There was one other slime that was in there.
Is it right there?
Yeah, but instead of being malicious or hostile or attacking us, it seems to have bonded to my frying pan for some reason.
I mean, for now, I feel like it's
For now,
just a
yeah.
matter of time before we end up like the people inside those houses in our sleep.
Listen, we can worry about that later. He's just a little guy.
I don't think we'll be able to worry
It's my
about it when we die.
gemstone.
Okay, well, if we all die, it'll be
You
my
did give
fault,
me a
and you can blame me, okay?
I can't blame anyone when I'm dead.
Well,
It's a good
I'm
thing.
gonna tell you what. I'll try and communicate with it and see if we. I mean, what am I? I don't even know what I'm saying. Are slimes even intelligent creatures?
I mean, the red one did a thing.
True. But it's not attacking us now.
Not now. I'll give you a few days. to see how it reacts and such, and we'll see if we have to destroy the thing or not.
Okay, that's fair.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Well, I will too, since it's stuck to my weapon. I'll pretty much always have an eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Ellerin, I'll sleep in the cart. You can sleep in the tower with Arian. And you don't have to worry about it being... You don't have to worry about it smothering you in your sleep. You're grumpy, I gave you a gold dagger. And I promised you another gemstone. And you got these shinies from Nyla as well.
Fair.
So what else was in Nyla's pile that she accumulated?
I got myself 10 gold, and I got a book about herbs and such. I did find also, even maybe you liked a book about geology and such.
Oh.
Might seem like your area of expertise.
Well, thank you.
And I'll give away the book. It's not like I can carry all of those. Maybe I'll stash them in a card or something, or for later. But that's about it.
Well, unless, as far as anything residing here in the village, I think we're okay. So, I can stand watch though if we'd like, or at least first watch.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. If anything, you can have some company with your slime friend.
Yeah, I guess. It's a friend. If it's not an enemy, I guess it's a
I
friend.
mean, he did
I would
get
hope so.
fist bumped by the slime.
Well, if we want to call it a friend, it's a friend. But we do know that these researchers were working to create something to combat the cultists. So if, you know, even having this little thing on my weapon helps with that in some way, then, you know, I'll take it. With the kind of things we've been through so far and with what might lie ahead, I'm willing to take all the help we can get. Especially since we don't know exactly what lies ahead.
Very true.
It's
I
understandable.
feel like we've been so far and know so very little.
Ebern will kind of wave goodnight and walk over to the cart.
I thought you were off to take a pee at Varian.
Oh right, he'll wave good. he'll wave and kind of. He'll just like peek his head in the door to see if Varian's there.
It's just like right on the floor. You see Varian snoozing.
Okay, but he's breathing, right?
A little bit of blood kind of like pooling out a little bit.
Oh. But he's breathing, right?
I think, yeah. Yeah. I hope so.
Okay,
Yes.
he'll close the door. He doesn't want to disturb him. Then he'll leave.
Okay.
I will gather the geodes and go take a nap in an opposite corner of here house thing. Quietly, try not to disturb him.
I'm going to my home tower.
Okay.
The same deal as always. The alarm situation, making sure everything's fine. Even though it's like, oh, no more slime around. There's still technically one more.
Uh-huh.
So I'll play it safe. And after that, before bed, I want to read the book I found about plants, and maybe like take some notes and take those notes and put in my own book about plants, things that I've never heard about before and stuff like that. Before like not kind of quite getting rid of the book, but like just putting it aside for now.
Okay.
So it's bedtime.
Alrighty. Sounds good. So everybody retires for the night. Ebrin, what are you up to over there by the horse?
He just kind of he'll climb up like onto the seat of the wagon and just like set the frying pan down on the seat next to him. And he'll just start talking to it. He's like, all right now. Now you listen. We've been through a lot to get as far as we did, to get as far as we have, and especially just before coming inside, we had to deal with your the other one of you, your brother. So I don't know if you can understand me, but if you can, just know that you better not try anything funny. I mean, I don't think you will try anything funny. I think that it's understandable for Nyla and Alarin to be skeptical, but I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. But I guess what I'm trying to say is if you're coming with us, you just be prepared, because things might get a little crazy going forward. So if you're stuck to this, if you're stuck to my pan, if you're stuck with us, then just know that if you're in it all the way with us. So I'm gonna tell you what, I'll give you one chance tonight. If you want to leave, you're welcome to. If I wake up in the morning and it's a pan, and you've gone off to live your life out there in the big world, I completely understand. But just know that if you're still stuck to this pan in the morning, then you're in it with us. And that's it. He doesn't say it like expecting a response. He just like says it.
After you kind of give this long pause, you'll see a small slime tendril kind of protrude from the pan. And once again, it'll just attach to your hand, and it will just kind of like reel the pan into your hand.
All right. But, I've been counting on this weapon for a long time now, or what feels like a long time at least. And so now that means I'm counting on you too.
You'll see the slime kind of like ripple on the outside of the pan, and then it forms kind of sort of this like almost geode type shape around the edges. And another tendril will go to your other hand, and kind of bring your hand close to it, so you can like touch the like ridge of the pan where it's made the geode shape.
Mm-hmm.
If you touch it, you'll see that it's like it's hard. It's not soft like you'd expect.
Well, he'll kind of like tap it like gently, like kind of affirmatively. Well, I guess that's about as good of a sign as any.
And then it will push your hand away, and the whole pan will shake, and the slime will sort of reshape itself into what looks like a sharpened axe head. And it once again will move your hand towards like the axe head slowly, so it's like it doesn't look like it's trying to cut your finger,
Right.
but more like it wants you to test it.
He'll test the edge, and
You'll notice it's quite sharp. And then it'll shake again, And it will do this a few times. It like switches to what looks like a large hammer, changes again to what looks like a short sword, and it eventually will just go back to being fan-shaped.
Well, I guess that's a good sign. Well, when the time comes, you know, we'll be ready together. And he'll kind of like he'll pick the pan up and like crawl up onto the top of the carriage, and he said he'd stay in guard, but he's gonna fall asleep too. It's been a long day, man. It's been a really long day, and he knows the others aren't gonna want to wake up for guard duty. Everyone's tired, or he doesn't think the others are gonna want to wake up.
Okay.
So he's gonna risk it tonight.
All right. You doze off, and you guys are all able to get an undisturbed long rest.
Phew.
Ebern will wake up, being outside, and like having the sun coming up, and like just the process of like morning time, kind of like waking him up, and he'll kind of like stretch and sit up and kind of look around, see that everything is just as they left it, and he'll like step down from the cart and go to check on these two. Kind of like creak the door open and peek in. Varian?
Just kind of like slowly kind of like sits up, like half of his fur is like all blood matted just from like sleeping on his side as the blood just kind of like seeped in. It's like, what happened?
How are you feeling? How are you feeling, big guy?
I hurt.
Oh.
Hurts a lot. I feel better-ish.
Let's have
But it still hurts.
Can you move?
Yeah, I can move. It just is sore. Everything is just sore.
Oh, here, come outside in the sunlight so we can get a better look at you. Make sure there's nothing permanent.
All right, no. Oh, Jesus Christ! Stand up and walk outside. All right. I don't think anything's broken. I hope not.
Yeah. How's your head?
I mean, it's ringing. It's not bad.
It's a ring.
It could be worse. I feel like of everything that could have happened, I think it could have been a lot worse than what it did.
What exactly did it do?
It like, I mean, he just fucking body slammed the shit out of me multiple times.
Oh, right. I saw that. Okay, I saw that part. I was here for that part, but I was just wondering if there were any side effects.
I got like a
I can't help it.
like a horrible migraine. Like it felt like maybe
Like
a blood vessel rupture or something like that. I am not certain.
Do you think you've been poisoned by anything or infected by anything?
I don't think so. But I feel like if I was poisoned or infected by that thing, we would have either all died or some form of side effect would have kicked in by now. Oh, is there a bath in the tube, Nyla? Nyla.
I'd say it's like the usual layout, which is like the bottom floor is usually the bedroom, while the top floor is the bedroom. So yes, there would be one.
Thank you, Nyla. I go back
Help me
inside.
out here.
Go back inside and like bathe. Get rid of all the blood matted fur and just clean up before the spell. Does the tower disappear or
It's after a day.
after a day? Okay.
So like a full 24 hours, so you have time.
Sweet. Clean up, pack my stuff, come back out. Yeah, there's a lot of cuts, a lot of bruises. Luckily, nothing's broken though. Like I think, miraculously, the gillyweed.
Oh, well, you can keep resting in the cart on the way there.
I should be okay to move about and do things, but yeah, probably not too
No,
extraneous.
you stay in the cart. I feel like if we're going into that one town that I forgot the name of because it's been a while, then we're gonna Elios. If we're gonna be going into Elios and what we know of the city, then I think it's best that you save yourself so you're back to full strength by the time we arrive.
Fair enough. I'm not gonna argue with that. Okay. I'm just gonna slowly start walking to to the cart and just climb in.
Is Nyla up yet?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, by the time you're doing your thing, I'd be like enjoying my morning, taking some notes, preparing my spells, all of that fun stuff. Maybe do the same. Maybe take a bath and such after feeling kind of icky and gross after seeing them slimes, blobbing all over the place. And after that, I'll be rejoining the party at the cart, making sure I don't forget anything whatsoever.
Let's get out of here. Good riddance to this place.
I do agree. And I'm glad to see that. Well, the slime didn't do anything in your sleep whatsoever, unless it did, and I'm unaware.
Wait, there's a slime.
Yeah, this is
Okay,
great.
now Varian. Now
Do I need to
Varian,
Do I need to
listen.
act
Now Varian, it's
soon
fine.
enough, I'm sure.
soon enough? Okay, I will keep that in mind. Ibrin, go ahead and explain. It seems like you're trying to defend slime.
Trash boy.
Where is the slime?
He'll unfling his frying pan and kind of like hold it up.
That is your frying pan.
Oh, my bad. I just slapped my
Well,
mic.
you see,
Smash
when we
the slime with the frying pan.
no, it's a little more complicated than that. So after you passed out, Alarin and I investigated the main building to see if we could figure out exactly what had happened. And apparently, this group of researchers had been commissioned to come up with some additional ways to combat the cultists. And what they'd settled on was artificially creating slimes to act as weapons.
Have they not like seen certain plays that kind of go about this, creating your own the creature of life, and it always just turns and kills the creators?
Well, apparently, they thought that they could, and that was, and the red abomination that we fought yesterday was a result of that. But then also there was another one here, this smaller one that seems to have bonded to my frying pan and is apparently here to stay. But as I was telling Nyla and Alarin last night, it's just that, if these researchers were looking for a way to combat the cultists, and this is one form that they succeed. This is the one form they succeeded. Then, it might be worth bringing along with us.
So if any like smaller frying pans start appearing, we know that it's kind of just like having frying pan babies.
I suppose so. Yes.
If it does that, do we need to be concerned that it might like turn on this and kill us with frying pans?
If that happens, then we can all be concerned about it together.
Okay.
But until then, I told the others that I'd keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
But it didn't attempt anything during the night, and no, he's just a little fella, just a little guy.
Okay, I trust you. If it does try to act up, just yell something and we'll do what's necessary. But I'll trust you. I haven't had any reason to not. So.
And just know that me being the one in the closest proximity to it at any given time, if it does suddenly become huge and possess someone, it'll probably be me. So you guys don't have to worry.
I think I may need to worry a little bit more. I think if it possessed any of you guys, I need to be very concerned.
All right. Well, let's get going. That's it.
All right. Ow. Ow. Ow, as I just climb into the cart.
Halloran will do her best to help Varian into the cart.
It's like, whatever you say, Grandpa, get in the cart.
Oh man, Steve, get us out of this place. It's yucky.
All right.
We're out of here. I forgot to move my token, but it's fine.
Big map. Big map. Going to the big map. Here we are.
Woo.
Let's get it on.
What happened to my music? That was weird. Oh, that's right. All right. Now you guys saddle up, get your horse and wagon through the swamp once again, and make it back to the road.
All right.
Onward.
To the mountains we go.
What have I done?
We are on our way.
Everything's still going. I don't know what that beep was. Terrifying. Okay, you guys continue south.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on, my browser just crashed.
Oh.
Oh no.
Guess we're using our imaginations the rest of this session.
So you guys head south. It takes about another day to kind of get to there we go. To kind of get to the gates of Ilios. The road takes you around to the front of this sort of tall mountain, which is where the city begins. And here you see a massive sprawling port And kind of tucked into the mountain as part of this port. No, wait, where are we? You see this large, sort of wooden structure with tons of flags flying from it with the skull and crossbones logo. You also see unfurled in a huge tarp down the front is a purple tarp with the symbol of the gilded eye. And you see lots of activity kind of coming from this structure. And the gates that go into the city itself seem to be rusted and have almost completely fallen apart. You're able to ride straight inside.
No, but do you guys? I have a feeling
What
we're
was
gonna have
the
to like
name of that
fight
place?
our way through everything.
I have a feeling too, but we are here for remember that pirate man from Arbington? We gotta take his title back.
Oh. It's way back
I thought
here.
they said he went here. Just one of our
It was like weeks ago.
It's a reason for going here, but it's also just remember what our goal is. This might also be our key up the pillar. So we see the pillar like jutting out of the. Is it like coming out of the mountain?
The pillar going up is kind of off to the left. It's a little outside the city. But it goes high above the mountain.
All right.
So there's
And then
that
over
pillar, and then there's a
look
separate
for,
wooden structure that has all the pirate flags on it.
Shoot, what was the name of the place we were looking for?
Hmm?
On the card. Who has the card? On the back of a card or a note.
Oh,
Do I
I
tell him?
have a pirate coin.
it's the Crippled Griffin. the
That's it.
tavern. And we have to ask for a Lillian Well,
Lily in the
something
Well.
like that.
Well, stay focused and stay alert.
Where did we find that card again? I don't remember.
Some man was observing us back in Bronte and got arrested after I chased them, and they dropped that. They dropped a book, and the card was in it, I believe.
Right. But hold on. It was a cultist who you were chasing, right, Nyla?
That'd be correct.
I mean, that could
So
get
we
you
have
from
reason-
somewhere.
Right, but we have reason to believe that whoever this connection is tied to the cult.
Potentially.
So we might need
There
to
it is.
Might need
do
to.
our. Well, we might need to. It's going to be difficult. Are we going to have? We may have to pretend that we're cultists ourselves, but the problem is if
Anybody recognizes us.
if our party is a prime target for these cultists, then we might be easily spotted or easily recognized.
We should
Or we could
have
just
disguises.
or we could just take a less subtle approach as well. What do you guys think is best?
I feel like if we try to be less subtle, the entire town is going to attack us, and we'll probably die. But then
we'll
again,
see.
there could be some people that are trying to
I
like
feel like we
hide in the
shouldn't just
town
go
and oppose
murder
them.
everybody.
I did not murdering everyone, but I mean,
We are who we
You
are.
know.
They know what we look like.
It's not too hard to miss a party of a kobold, Erangel, Leonin, and a Goliath walking in some cities. It's not too difficult to spot out in the crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I say we find somewhere for our carriage
Right.
and hope it doesn't get stolen. And
Well,
do this.
Halloran, I think this is the end of the road for the party wagon for now. Anyways, because if our path forward leads us up the pillar, then I feel like it's not going to be coming with us.
Probably not, but
We can make it work.
I mean, hey man, what if the pillars have an elevator? You don't know.
Exactly.
It's true. All right.
Could
I
be a
don't
way
think they'd
to-
make people climb those stairs.
Yeah,
I don't think they're stairs.
there
That
could
would be
be
terrible.
some form of transportation for goods and whatnot from the.
That's a good
underside.
point. That's true. I didn't even think of that. Well, all right, Steve, as we're rolling into town, so is everything all centered around? So kind of explain.
So
I know you gave us details about it. So is it like all within this mountain, and the gate was open, and we've already gone through?
So you guys haven't quite like gone into the city. Out front, there are a ton of docks, and you see a small section of the like town gate. Kind of looks like it kind of goes and wraps around over to that area, and then kind of overimposing on these docks is this sort of like large wooden tower. Not the tower holding up the secondary like part of the continent, but like a separate one. Not as tall, but that one seems to have tons of flags with the skull and crossbones flying on it. And then the road goes through this like old rusted gate that has kind of fallen apart. And that's sort of where the town begins. And if you guys kind of look up, you'll notice that the town sort of sprawls upwards up the mountain, almost in like a almost it's almost tiered. It looks like the very bottom one looks like it's always been kind of dirty. It's old, it's rusted, and as you kind of look up, you see a few like bits of like gleaming white walls that haven't quite been stained. But the whole town seems to be dirty from what you can see. But it's quite large.
I have a feeling.
And the part that you guys are at appears to be the
I was
most
gonna say,
rundown
I've been
section.
here before, right?
I could not. I'm not sure.
I don't think I specified. Don't think I specified.
Well, let's see if see if we can find a place for the cart away from the docks, if possible. I feel like if the pirates are keeping mostly to the docks and such and towards their ships, then it might be a better bet if we go if we're able to take the cart more into town a little ways. Or find somewhere to leave it here.
I feel like no matter what we do, it's probably gonna get stolen. But if we take it with us, we can at least kind of keep a better eye on it.
True.
Uh,
Well, shall we just go in further? We're already in.
Yeah, might as well.
Fuck it.
All right.
Look for like a stable on one of the, not the lowest tier, but that looks a little nicer.
Okay. As you guys kind of roll in, you'll notice the streets are covered in like muck, and you leave a little trail as you guys kind of plow your way through. The town is mostly quiet, and as you guys kind of roll in, you'll feel like a lot of different eyes on you guys. As you roll in, you'll see people kind of like peeking through their blinds of their houses. Anybody that knows Thieves' Cant, you'll see little things scribbled kind of here and there. A lot of things are scribbled in front of different inns. You'll see a lot of things. Mostly you just see not safe. Other ones you'll see like liars, or you'll see thieves. And those are all kind of scribbled on, just sort of like just outside the inns.
Yeah, let's keep going. And just trust me on this one.
Aaron, come sit up here on the.
I will
On the
climb
seat.
out the window
Yeah.
and like reach my hand for yours. Just in case.
He'll pull her up onto the seat next to him.
Sweet.
All right. He says, "You're gonna be our eyes here."
Okie dokie. In reality, these signs just say like, I don't know, hot dogs.
Take your hot dogs.
I don't know.
All right, we'll slowly push forward further into town.
Eventually, you guys will pass what looks to be a small, sort of like disheveled inn called the King's Copper. And Alarin, you'll see the word unsafe, and it's been scratched out, and underneath you see safe written below it.
This one should be okay. Do you want me to take a look?
Well, we'll all go together.
Basically, what it says is the unsafe is crossed out, and it does say safe.
I wonder if that means that it's under new management.
I'm not sure, but
in a city like this, we might have to settle for
something like that.
for whatever we can.
Yeah.
Well, it might be worth checking out at least.
At least one of us should stay with the cart, though. At least while we go take a look at the inn.
Do you want me to stay behind? Just have you three go check things out?
No, Varian, I'll stay. You go ahead.
I mean, I don't mind staying either.
All right.
Well, Varian is by far the scariest of us, and a little intimidation might go a long way, if necessary.
Maybe I should have kept like the blood mad for. Okay. Yeah, I think the three of us should go then. All right.
All right, you three go ahead. I'll stay up here in the seat and be ready to move if we need to.
All right.
Get out of the cart. Lead the way.
Okay. As you guys walk in, the door will creak loudly, and the few patrons that are there will all turn to kind of eye you guys suspiciously. You see this sort of old man kind of working the bar, and he'll look up and give you sort of like a toothless grin and beckon you inside.
Alarin will walk in with the other two.
probably lead the rear.
She'll look around at the other people inside and head up to the innkeep.
You'll see that a lot of the patrons look pretty rough. They're wearing like kind of torn, ragged clothing. One guy seems to be missing a hand. Another one has an eye patch. The fireplace just kind of sits there, not lit, so there's a slight chill in the air as you guys make your way to the bar.
Alrighty.
The barkeeper will be like, how can I help you?
We're looking for somewhere safe to keep. Well, we've got a wagon, but we've also got 4 of us. One's with the wagon.
4 of y'all in a wagon?
Yup.
And yeah, I suppose you want me to look after the wagon?
While we're here, that would be nice.
I'll kind of like lick his lips and be like, oh, that's gonna cost you a few extra gold pieces for me to keep an eye on that wagon.
Who is it?
Yes, what I said.
All right. How much?
Oh, it's gonna be.
Valorn will kind of lean up against the bar as best as she can. Like hop up on a stool and lean up against the bar as best as she can.
Yeah, it'll be
like the one elbow thing.
Be an extra 10 gold a night. I figure if you've got a wagon, probably new in town. That means there's a lot of people looking to get your hands on that there wagon. 10 gold's probably going to save you a lot of heartache in the long run.
Trying to think of how many nights we're gonna try to stay. I'm not sure. So in her head, Alarin's debating using Thieves' Cant, having a feeling they might know it, but isn't quite sure.
You can always.
Are there any indications of him possibly knowing?
I mean, none that you could.
Other than trying.
None that you can outright see.
And then how much do you have any open rooms?
Oh, sure. We've got tons of open rooms here.
Okay, how much a night are those?
Oh, room runs you about 3 gold a night.
So you want...
Yes.
22 a night for the 4 of us in the wagon.
Well, I mean, that's if you want separate rooms. If you cram into, if you want less rooms, it's less gold.
Alarin will look at Nyla for a brief second.
I think Nyla stayed in the cart, right, or no?
No, I tagged along.
Oh, you did?
But I tagged along. I mean, don't look at me like that. I was thinking about using my tower, but I feel like it's just gonna attract
really anywhere
attention.
Yeah.
I'll find a place if need be for the tower, but there's always a
Um,
way. I guess I'll be sleeping in this wretched place. This overpriced, terrible place.
Oh, it's not so bad. We hardly have any bugs.
Oh, what can I say? Sorry, I'm trying to think of something. Steve, how long have we been traveling?
You mean from the very beginning to now?
Like a year, a couple months?
I have no idea. I say yeah, probably.
So in Thieves' Can't, just like relatively relaxed, Alern's going to ask the barkeep, so how's everything been in the last couple of months around here?
You see him kind of like pause for a second, and then he just answers you normally. He's like, well, it's business as usual here in the lovely town of Ilios.
Okay. How to bargain? I think,
As Alern is talking to this barkeep, Nyla and Varian, you guys might notice that once, after the last thing that Alern said, a couple of the people in the bar kind of like leaned towards them to like hear. It looks like they're trying to listen in a little better.
I'll just kind of like slowly glare at every single one of them and just kind of just show a fang and just kind of try to edge them away.
You'll see one guy like put a dagger on the table and glare back.
Alern will look over his shoulder a little bit, knowing that probably would have caught some attention, but well enough. Then all she wanted to know is if he knew. And he did, so. So 22 a night for 22 a night if we wanted 4 rooms. If we went with 2. I can't math that fast.
If you want 2 rooms and board for the wagon, it'd be 16 a night.
Thank you.
Sure.
Sometimes after our trip, math's a little hard sometimes. She's no longer talking in Thieves' Cant. She's talking normally. Give me just a moment. I'll walk over to I can't walk over to Varian. He's too short. Or I'm too short. Hey, Varian.
Yeah.
If we did 2 rooms and security for the wagon, they want 10 a night for the security for the wagon. She's gonna kind of look at him. And then 3 a night per room. I can handle it for like a night or 2.
Honestly,
if we do 2 rooms.
if we really want to, I could just stay in the wagon.
I was thinking the same. I'd rather not
Honestly.
even sleep
Honestly, I
here.
was thinking almost the same, having us just stable the wagon. We'll take care of it, but we'll just stay with the wagon.
I mean, if we really want to, we could basically run shifts, have 2 people
We could. That's
watch
what I was thinking.
watch the cart, and
But
then
if we were to
go and-
leave the wagon and go elsewhere briefly, we would still need security for the wagon.
We can always get rid of the wagon if we can bring it all the way up to the plateau. We can always just get rid of it if we don't plan on traveling anymore.
Well, who
Sell
knows
it.
what'll happen around here. It's
honestly, I'll probably just say 1 room, just 1 room. We'll probably have 2 people take care of the wagon. Have 2 people share that room. We'll just sleep in shifts and rotate.
That's fair. If we take care of the wagon, at least at night, can we and get 1 room, can we lower the cost a little bit?
He'll raise an eyebrow and be like, you're gonna look after the wagon yourself?
We can look after it at least at night.
And during the day?
There may be days where we want to take a venture out as a group. But we do plan on coming back at night.
Well, I can knock it down to 8 gold a night or a day. And if you guys don't show back up at night, there won't be any protection for it.
So that knocks it down to 11 a day, as long as we show back up at night. What do you think?
Too expensive. Sell the wagon.
I feel like the rooms aren't even worth 3 gold.
That's true. I mean, it's not like we've seen it, but just seeing here should give a good idea what to expect.
I've stayed in worse.
Well, I'm not gonna go as low and staying here. I'd rather sleep in the wagon at that point.
Alrighty, let me talk to our group member outside, and we'll be back in when we make a decision.
Sure. I'll be here.
Valorant will do a little nod, and we'll walk out. Just give a little nod for the other 2 to follow. As Alarin has no intention of staying.
Yeah. Honestly, we could probably have just 2 people sleep in the wagon, 2 people keep watch outside of it, and just rotate around.
I mean, yeah, but we're gonna want to leave it somewhere during the day. That was my only thought.
Yeah. Honestly,
it's not gonna
though.
be guarded if we don't, but
We could still technically bring the wagon up towards higher up with us.
we could.
Let's ask Gibran.
Yeah. We'll walk back outside to Ibrid.
He be sitting. He's sitting. So what's the verdict?
They wanted 10 gold a day for the wagon and 3 gold apiece for a room.
Do it.
Do it.
Well, we need. What time is it right now?
It's like early evening.
Well, we need to pay for at least one night and 1 day to leave the wagon tomorrow. Then here's what we can do.
I mean, we could take shifts for the wagon so we wouldn't have to pay for tonight for the wagon.
That's fine as well. Maybe it would be.
Or we could just sleep in the wagon tonight and take shifts.
True. I suppose we need to move quickly tomorrow then. Find out as much as we can.
Yeah.
About
mean,
Find somewhere
about how the pillar
the wagon's
operates.
safe.
If we need to keep it with us. If we want to keep the wagon with us.
we can always go to the crippled griffin. We do have a card for it.
Yeah, we don't know who those are though. But we'd probably do our best to look for that tomorrow. And see.
I mean, if we're able to successfully masquerade as cultists, then it might be. Might be free room and board.
Exactly.
Mm,
And a
And a
better place in general than this sketchy looking place.
the whole town's sketchy.
You know what? I agree with
Yeah.
Nyla. We can always return here later in the evening. Ebern is gonna like look around for. He's just gonna like.
This place is marked as safe, so
Unless it's not, and they just say it, and they're just saying it is.
I don't know, the man with the dagger inside didn't make it too safe.
me talking in thieves' camp probably didn't help. I just wanted to know.
Ebern is gonna try and just flag down the first person he sees walking by. Whoever that is.
There's only a few people on the street. You see the few folks that are out on the street. They look like they're pretty rough shape. One guy's got like a black eye, and a broken nose.
You there, sir? With the black eye and broken nose.
Yes.
We're looking for the crippled griffin.
Never heard of it.
Oh, okay, thanks.
You see him kind of like look around. When he says it.
Okay.
Probably.
He's gonna have kind of like a sort of almost like a scared look on his face, and he's gonna kind of hurry away from you guys.
Hmm.
No, that's promising.
Yeah. It's more than likely it's some form of dangerous denizen for people. So that'll be
They're
fun.
probably cultist related, so probably not your best idea.
Well, let's
But we'll figure it out. Not sure how else other than look for it or, look for cultist related symbols on things.
well, Shall we continue on a little ways, and maybe the next person might be a little more willing to give us directions if there's a bit of silver in it for him, maybe.
Might as well. We can always just look around town for a little bit, and if we really can't find it, we can come back here as a desperate measure.
Thank you so much for watching. And again, we are playing this live on Twitch, so if you ever want to see any of this unfold as it happens, come drop by the stream. Also, all of our players are fellow streamers, and if you like what you heard, please go check them out. They are all absolutely fantastic folks. I'll have links to their Twitch pages down in the description below as well. Thanks again, and we hope to catch you all next time. Have a good one.